This sketchbook has been waiting on my desk for too long now, and it's only one spread left. So today I'm gonna finish this one with you. But it was supposed to be a rainy Sunday, but it's sunny outside. When you live in Germany, you have to use every single hour of sunlight. So we are gonna finish this one outside. I got this bunch of sketchbook a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and I already finished the small ones. I have a sketchbook tour of this in the channel. This one is a bit bigger, 20 by 20. I think it was my very first squared sketchbook, and I really fell in love with these shapes. That's why most of my new sketchbooks are squared. I've been using on this mainly dry techniques. Paper is very lucid, a bit glossy, I would say. You can use it for pen or ink, but 48 pages, 135 GSM. As usual, I'm gonna take way more than what I need whenever I go out. I need also my tripod, I suppose, if I want to sit on a bench to film the process for you. Let's go outside. I'm not gonna walk that much anyway. So I found this bench over here, which is perfect, directly under the sun. I already feel better. It is extremely warm over here, and I haven't bring my sunglasses. Bad choice. So I brought my small tablet, so if I need any references. Sketchbook, of course. Acrylic markers, the brush pens, and fountain pen, and some water-based marker. You're gonna see me using a bunch of different art supplies in this sketchbook session. But first of all, I wanted to cover that spot that annoyed me so much that was in the very last page. And to be honest, I didn't do that. It was already like that. So the first thing I thought was to use acrylic markers first, and I couldn't avoid to draw this bunch of goose or ducks or whatever they are. I don't even know the difference. But the approach I wanted to use in all this session of sketchbook was to draw a bit like a kid. So scribble, doodling all around the page without worrying too much of the final result. It didn't last long actually before the two first guests of this sketchbook section arrived. It was a couple of, I suppose, French people that start giving some bread to the ducks, and they called them all together. It was completely surrounded in no time. But well, I suppose more references for me. After this first couple were gone, it's already time for the next guest. It was two kids with a parent. They were most likely attracted by the animals over there. So I was not sure what to add to this page, and I thought to have a kind of collection of all these people that were coming and what was happening all around me. To be honest, I already regret so much of going outside. The sun was really burning me. Temperature under the sunlight was way higher than under shadow, so I couldn't actually concentrate as much as I would on the drawing, but that's also part of the game when you draw plein air. In the end, my mood of the day was not the best before I went out and decided to record this video, and so it was already way better when I was drawing outside. Feeling connected to the nature and some people around me, also the noisy ones. And from time to time, the sunlight was covered by the clouds and I could take a break. It was not only duck and gooses around me, there was also a strange animal making a strange noise. I decided to switch to a fountain pen for the next drawing, but by the time I started drawing that one, whatever it is, if you know, tell me in the comment, it was already gone. So in the end, it became just another duck on the page and another one. Here's some background story about this specific notebook. I started it in the 13th of October last year, so I finished in less than 1 year, but there are not that many pages, 48, so I think 24 actually. And I got it together with another couple of sketchbooks from someone that was formerly working in some paper industry, so she had a bunch of them. At that time, I was not that much involved into sketchbooking, so I took them all and it took some time to finish them, but at least I gave them the attention they deserved. Switching medium again, I took this brush pen from Pentel, which has a very fine tip, and I like it particularly for animals fur. The first drawing I did with acrylic markers was still annoying me on the other page. It was lacking of contrast, so I used the Fudenosuke brush pen to enhance the contrast with some darker darks. And as I said, this one was the first squared sketchbook I had, and is also a quite good size. I'm using right now a better performing one of the same size, actually a little bit bigger, also squared. And yeah, back to me, honestly, it was really hot under the sun. I was thinking to move to the shadow part or to quit this video here, but actually I thought I wanted to finish both the sketchbook, the page, and this video. Keep going and just enjoying the doodling part as a kid. I really appreciate this sketchbook session because I was drawing with no pressure at all. And I was actually forced to do that because I was sweating under the sun, and I was a little bit irritated by the kids screaming and the sunlight and everything. But here it is. It's time to introduce the third guest of this video. Another father with another couple of kids. This time he had a stroller with them, so I could actually start drawing something different from a duck. I was using here the Fudenosuke pen I mentioned before, which is perfect for sketching. I really like how they come out. And since I brought with me and I wanted to give some context to this drawing, I start using the Tombow alcohol marker, water-based markers, which I like using because they are basically not aggressive on the paper, they are not bleeding through. But honestly, there is already sitting on my bookshelf another sketchbook that I want to start with in October, and I'm gonna use alcohol markers there as well without caring too much since it's not precious one. And yeah, about October, I'm not sure I will make it properly. Let's see, I just don't want to have too much pressure like I had in past years. And what about you? Are you joining Inktober this year? I think it's gonna lose interest, or is it just me in general? Maybe it was strongly connected with social media, and since there is this overall declining interest into social media, it's also involving Inktober. Back to the drawing, I'm taking the fountain pen back again, and I want really to scribble a little bit. I like how this came out with these trees and all this scribbling with no sense. It was really peaceful to do it. Yeah, peaceful beyond the kids talking and screaming, yes. Sounds off here, the crying of the kid was too loud, honestly, to leave it. But slowly the sun is going down, and I could enjoy a little bit more this drawing session. Finishing a sketchbook, I feel always like I have to perform well. You know, it's like the final signature on an artwork you made. So in the beginning I was a little bit pissed off that it wasn't coming as I would. But looking from the outside, the reason why I was going out that day, enjoying that sunlight, connecting with Mother Nature, it was specifically because of that sketchbook. So my feeling changed dramatically with my point of view. As I was feeling very thankful to that page now, I'm feeling like there was an evolution throughout the page, not only in my drawing style, but also in my mood I was feeling in that moment. I decided to finish it with acrylic markers again, to give some context to the scene of the two kids and the father, and trying to capture the trees and the lake that were merging into this dark green and the sky upon. What I like of acrylic markers is that, of course, their covering properties, but also the fact that you can blend them easily. I'm not an expert of them. I just bought recently these ones, and I find them really, really funny. I kept these scribbling quick movements during this, give a sense of energy and abstraction. I wanted to finish the sketchbook with a quote in the bottom right part. I'm not good in lettering at all, but I thought that the Tombow marker are specifically thought for that. And so I wrote over there an Italian sentence, which is something you normally tell for the birthday. That is 100 di questi giorni. It means 100 of these days. So it's a hope for the bright future in your life. And here I wanted to write 100 of these sketchbooks. That is a hope to stay creative in my life, not giving up to difficulties, and keep making art for myself, even in those days that I don't feel like. If you watched till the end this video, I cannot say other than thank you. I hope it gives you that little bit extra motivation to open your sketchbook and stay creative.